case from Master. This is the MasterCase Pro 3. So this is the smaller version of the MasterCase 5. I did 3 versions, starting off with the normal MasterCase 5, then you had the Pro, which is very similar to this one, and then you had the Master Maker 5, which has a couple of more extra features. I'm going to quickly start off by showing you the front of the case. Again, like with the MasterCase 5s, it's got 2 handles, front and back, nicely incorporated into the design. Makes it very easy to manoeuvre around. It's also a lot easier to get it out of the actual box it comes in as well. So at the top of the case you have the main control panel. You have 2 USB 3.0 sockets, hard drive LED indicator there, headphone, microphone, reset switch and power switch. This also supports HD audio, so there's cable in there to plug into your motherboard if you've got HD audio. You've got the removable drive bay cover here, which just pops out from the back. Then on the front you have the mesh, and to remove this you just put your hand down at the bottom, pull it out and it just clicks out of place. It's got these little brackets here which hold it in at the top. So on the front it's got the big mesh, and then on the back it's got a very fine mesh, so that's where any dust should get captured, so you'll be able to quite easily vac that out when you need to. On the inside here you can see it's got a 140mm fan already pre-installed. There's also a radiator bracket inside of there which is removable, which is something that I didn't have on my MasterCase Pro 5 case, so that's a nice little extra which I think they've just added to this new case range. I'll show you inside there a little bit better once I've took the side panels off, because you need to take them off in order to get this front housing off from here. So we'll leave this off for now. So over on this side you've just got your plain side panel, and again similar to the previous 3 cases, you just undo the thumb screw, slide it out and it will hang there for you, and you can just simply lift that off. On the inside of the case it's got the 3 Velcro straps which are fastened onto the case with these screws. Now as far as I know there is a couple of other little screw holes, so you should be able to manoeuvre them around if you need to. There's also a couple of rubber seals here for passing your wire through, keep it nice and tidy. Well, while I'm on the back here as well, there's 2 screws here at the top, another 2 here at the bottom for removing the bracket which holds your bays. So your hard drive bays, your optical drive bays and so on. Down at the bottom here I've already removed 2 screws. This wasn't mentioned in the instruction manual, so I'll quickly show you this. So these 2 screws, basically one was fastened in here and then the other one was just behind the wire here. In order to take out the PSU cover, which is on the other side here, you need to remove them 2 screws along with 2 screws on the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. Around on the back we have another 140mm fan here. We have obviously your opening here for your connection up to your motherboard and your graphics cards and so on. Again, like with the MasterCase 5 range, you've got this nice removable bracket. This is held in with 4 thumb screws. You simply just unscrew that, take the bracket off, you can fasten it onto your power supply, then just slide it into there. It's got some nice little runners inside that will glide in on, and then just tighten them back up. This is very useful for if you need to move the power supply a bit when you're doing your cable tidying. So you can just quickly unscrew the thumb screws, pull it out slightly, do your adjusting, push it back in and tighten them up and you're ready to go. So over on the main side, where you've got your see-through panel, This is same as with the other side. You've got the two thumb screws on the back, which you just remove, and then slide the panel out and it will hold there for you so it won't drop off. This already came pre-installed with a really well done protective sheet on here, which I'm not going to remove because I'm planning to modify this, so I don't want to get it scratched. But you can see where I've already started to pull it off, and it is well, quite difficult to notice that to start with. It's on there so well. So we'll take that off. So once you've got the side panel off, inside you'll see the PSU cover that I was talking about. I've already removed the two screws from the other side, and for this side, in order to be able to take it out, you need to remove one screw from just above the power supply on the back, another one from the other side of the bracket over here on the front, and then it has this little screw facing out to the window side of the case, which you just need to slacken off slightly, and then this little bracket here pushes inwards out of the way, and then you can just slide that out. So while we've got this out, we'll just quickly have a look at this. It's got the two SSD holders here, removable with the thumb screws. It's got two openings for your cable tidy, and then another one there with the rubber seal. You've got the opening here for your motherboard. This supports micro ATX. The MasterCase 5 will support the larger ATX motherboard. You've also got the two openings here for your cable tying. Again, you can see the other side of the bracket for holding your optical drives and any extra DVD drives you might want to buy and install. You've got five PCIe slot spaces on the back here. This does support two graphics cards in Crossfire or SLI. Down at the bottom here, it's got a dual hard drive holder, which, similar to all the other ones, just has the two clips that you push in, slide it out. You can put your hard drives on there and then slide it back in. This is also removable if you didn't want to have that there. Two thumb screws on the right hand side and another one just on the base. So you just take them off and then you'll be able to take that out. And finally, just down here on the bottom, this is where your power supply is going to be installed. It has a mesh similar to the front and the top, which you can remove by just pulling it from the back. I'll just quickly show you the top cover. This just slides back and then pops off. Same as with the front, it has the large mesh on the top, and then on the bottom it has the finer mesh, which will catch most of the dust for you. And once the top cover's off, you can see up here it has the nice removable fan and radiator bracket, which makes it a lot more easier to install your radiators. You can take that out, screw them all in, fasten your fans, and then put it all back on here, fasten it up with the thumb screws. Makes it a lot more easier to do that, same as with the front as well. While we're at this part as well, I'll just quickly tell you what size this supports. So the top here will support 120mm, 140 and 240mm radiators. The back here, where the 140mm fan is as well, that will also support 120 to 140mm radiators. And then the front one, which we're going to have a closer look at in a second, that will support the 120, 140, 240 and 280mm radiators. So as I was saying earlier, you do need to take the side panels off in order to get this side frame off. It's very easy to do. It just has two little catches that you just push at the top, another two halfway down, and another two at the bottom. And as we said earlier, the optical drive bay cover, that just has a little clips on the back here that you just push in and then pop it out. So now, as you can see, we can get to the radiator bracket, which is going to make it a lot more easier for installing fans and radiators. Just simply undo the 4 thumb screws and then that lifts off like so. You can quite easily get to the back of it, and the other side, install all your bits and then stick it back on, then you're ready to go. The MasterCase Pro 5 already has quite a few accessories available for it. This one, with it being a little bit newer, doesn't have quite as many. I think I've seen a couple on the Cooler Master website, but I don't think I've seen the same Master Maker version of the I/O panel, and also I haven't seen the front cover in order to make it like the Master Maker 5 case. So hopefully they'll add a couple of them extra options, which would be nice to see. This is a really nice small case for under, well, around about £90. It's really good build quality, like with the Pro 5s, solid. I've been chopping up my Pro 5 for a mod that I'm doing, and I can say safely that this metal is pretty tough to get through with my Dremel. Definitely the toughest case that I've worked on over the past 10 years or so. So yeah, solid, very customizable, easy to work on, even for people just starting out, getting the first computer together and so on. It's very simple to get used to, and it's also a really nice case to modify. I'll put up a picture of the MasterCase 5 sometime now for you to have a look at. I'm doing a modification of that, a Tron build. Hopefully over the next couple of weeks I'll be starting a custom paint job on this case as well, and a bit of modifying. Hopefully I'll be painting it white and doing a white Tron build to go with my black Tron build. So that's it for today's video. If you do have any questions, comments, please do leave them in the comment section below. Also, please give a thumbs up if the video was useful to you. If not, obviously give it the thumbs down. And also don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the end result of this and the MasterCase Pro 5 mod that I'm doing. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.